heard about the fire in the early hours of Wednesday morning. At first, all we thought was let's get water down. That was the first thing we were able to get hold of. We emptied out the local Sainsbury's 24-hour one and came down and started handing out to the people wandering around in their nightclothes. Then we started speaking to some of the aid agencies we know, some of the Sikh aid agencies, and said, hey, we need to get supplies down here. Because, you know, as far as we could see, it was a bit humanitarian disaster. So very quickly we had van loads of full of water, you know, 2 pallet loads of water and other supplies come down, which we dropped off at the Edward Wood Community Centre. Then we realised that actually what we needed support on at that point was ferrying stuff around from the different centres. So we put our vans to good use and started moving things around to where they were needed. And we also arranged to start getting hot food down for the evening. And we set up just outside the Latimer Road Christian Centre and started serving on Wednesday evening. And we've kept it going every night and we'll keep it going as long as it needs.
Hi, my name's Chaz Sing. I'm actually based in Plymouth. I'm here on behalf of some of the Sikh community volunteers who've come from London and surrounding areas. I know that the Sikh community were at the forefront, people like Khalsa Aid, World Sikh Organisation, and many other Sikh organisations, and all the Gurdwara across London who came together to make sure that people were being fed. Obviously we had a delay from the government, and they're still saying that they did try to do something, but having walked around, I don't see what they have done, what they've achieved. This, and whatever's being done now, is being done by the public. This is community, this is people power. That's where it's all coming from at the moment. The mood is where I've spoken to one person who lived virtually in the shadow of that lot, and she said to me, those people need to be done for corporate manslaughter or murder. The people who did the actual cladding, they need to be done. The landlords, the people who are directors, all those people they've got to be so careful and vigilant about, because they've now probably started. We don't know where they are. I've seen various posters around, justice for Grenfell victims, legal groups that set up and saying that this is what we want to do. And this is all happening because of people. I don't see, the only government thing I see really is the police on the streets. I'm so shocked at the fact that it's not even a protest, this is the community coming together. These are people who have lost their homes, these are people who have lost lives, people who have lost their loved ones, people who have lost kids. The emotional hit that you get when you virtually walk in and you hear community groups singing, you hear church groups singing, you suddenly then realise how intense and how emotional this place is. It is waiting to kick off, but it's not going to kick off because we don't want, and I don't want, the police to then say that these people became rioters, looters, whatever. The police showing that much presence really is unnecessary, in my opinion. But the Met will always have an excuse or a strategy, as they want to call it, Cobra, whoever's leading this objective. So, in a way, it's good to see people coming together, people from all walks of life, those of faith, those of no faith, those of belief, those of no belief. It's great to see that when that happens. You can't buy that, you can't manufacture that. That happens because there's so much love, there's so much unity, there's so much harmony. All those things matter, and all those things are the basic ingredients of what we call a community. There is a huge, what I call vision of rich and poor. You can see where the money is, and you can see where the money isn't. It is also a clear case of maybe it could be where I've heard people say they want us out. They don't want that sort of people. And you can hear all that in the air. You can feel that vibe. So it's important that the government come down and they do as much as they can. Whatever it takes, they need to do it. Make it happen. Not let's sit back and see what happens. Let's see what the weekend brings. Today has been the hottest day of the year. People are hot. There's been water here. There's been drinks here. There's been food here. That's all happened not because of the government, because of people. People and communities coming together, saying that actually if we support ourselves, support each other, we can show the government this is how it happens. This is what makes us tick. But the government need to go out go that extra mile and actually say, this is what we need to do in order to give the public the reassurance and make sure that they can turn around and say, yes, when we needed the government to come forward, they came forward. In this case, they haven't come forward. So all I would say is that make sure you connect with those people who are there, empower yourselves, have the knowledge, have the relevant information, talk to the right people, say to them, what are you doing for us? That's what it's all about. So thank you to everybody who contributed. Thank you.
To make the decision, do I keep my child in my arms and burn together, or do I throw my burning child out the window and hope they live? Ladies and gentlemen, the people who were in the building at the time smelled fumes. They picked up the phone and they called the fire brigade. They called the TMO and they said, what should we do? These are law-abiding citizens that pay taxes, that go to the street and work amongst us every day. They called the authorities in hope that the authorities would give them the right information. Guess what they was told? Stay in your house and lock the door!
We've got our network. Hey, I need some water, I'll make a call. Water's coming. Need some food, I'll make a call. The food is coming. But where is that parallel network with the authorities? That's what's required. Emergency services, they're doing their bit. The firemen, fantastic. You know, the police, they've been good. The ambulance men, they've been good. But where is that network from the authorities?
Pen and paper, letters, find out who's your MP. Because if we got a police, what the fuck should they have police? Now I am not telling you to go and beat up any policeman. I'm not telling you to do that. Why are you paying taxes? So that you can be lied to. After £8.5 million, do you want to know where it went? Dig up. It's your right, personally, it's your right to dig up and inquire. Get in on the internet. It can't finish here, people.
We've all got a lot of grief, a lot of pain. Pain, grief, it doesn't know no religion, it doesn't know no colour, it doesn't know no gender, it doesn't care where you're from, what your caste or creed is. We all feel that equally, and equally we need to unite together to get through this. We cannot let divide and rule overcome us. We've got to be united in our response and getting answers, getting justice, getting solutions. This can't be allowed to continue.
We have all been lied to. Fight the powers that be. Not through violence. We're not violent. You fight, the pen is mightier.